Rev up your engines and buckle up for a wild ride. We're taking a leap back in history. This is a captivating journey through time that combines speed, innovation, and the pursuit of automotive excellence. Today, we delve into the extraordinary tale of Bugatti, a name that's left tire marks on the history books and hearts of car enthusiasts worldwide. From its humble beginnings to its place among the automotive elite, Bugatti's carved a path filled by a passion for speed and a commitment to pushing the boundaries of engineering. As we journey through this story, you'll witness the birth of a legend, witness the triumphs and tribulations, and come to appreciate the artistry and innovation that define the Bugatti brand. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Our journey begins on a crisp autumn day, September 15, 1881 to be precise. Amid the bustling city of Milan, a boy named Ettore Bugatti was born into a family where artistry was the main dish served at every meal. This young boy's family was filled with all sorts of innovative, talented, and creative minds, starting from Ettore's grandfather, a famous architect and sculptor who could turn mere stone into soul-stirring masterpieces. His father, Carlo, was an accomplished painter like his mother, Teresa Lorioli. Ettore's younger brother, Rembrandt Bugatti, was also a renowned animal sculptor. While the rest of his family was painting, sculpting, and designing, young Ettore was busy tinkering away with metal. He attended the Academy of Fine Arts in Brera, where he was introduced to the world of mechanics. It wasn't long before he developed a deep fascination for these intricate machines and their potential, and thus the stage was set for Ettore to merge his family's artistic heritage with his love for mechanics. This would soon result in the iconic Bugatti brand we know today. But you may ask, how was he able to begin his journey all the way to becoming a well-known brand today? This is where things get interesting. When Ettore Bugatti was just 16, his father, in all his fatherly wisdom, noticed a spark in his son's eye every time a mechanism was mentioned. Not one to hinder his son's passion, Carlo co-signed Ettore's application to join the reputable bicycle manufacturer, Prinetti and Stucchi, as an apprentice. After all, Ettore was a minor, and every young whippersnapper needs a guiding hand, right? Young Ettore, barely old enough to shave, wasn't just content with tweaking existing designs. Oh no, he was an innovator at heart. At 17, he created his first tricycle powered by not one but two engines. Quite the overachiever, don't you think? This early experimentation didn't stop at tricycles. Ettore had his eyes set on something bigger, something far, far grander. During his time at Prinetti and Stucchi, he created the Bugatti Type 1, a wonder on three wheels that he daringly entered into races. The thrill of the chase ignited a passion for racing within him, one that would shape the course of his life. In the spring of 1901, a 19-year-old Ettore unveiled his first car, the Type 2. With the assistance of the Guglielmi brothers, this masterpiece took center stage at the Milan Trade Fair, winning the admiration of the crowd and the coveted prize. The Type 2 didn't just impress the common folk, it also caught the eye of Baron Adrian de Turckheim. The Baron, so impressed by Ettore's work, offered him the prestigious position of head of technology at De Dietrich. It was here that Ettore's designs evolved from the Type 2 to the Type 7. In 1903, Ettore, as innovative as ever, designed Type 5, the first racing car. He was the pioneer in placing the driver and the engine low in the car's chassis, a move aimed at optimizing the center of gravity and aerodynamics. Clearly, Ettore was a man ahead of his time. During his tenure at De Dietrich, Ettore crossed paths with Emile Matisse. The two hit it off and decided to break away from De Dietrich and create their own brand after the company frowned upon Bugatti's dalliance with race cars. Ettore and Emile, the dynamic duo, relocated to Strasbourg in 1905, intending to manufacture their own cars. However, like many partnerships, this one also hit a rock and the two quickly parted ways, each determined to make their mark on the automotive industry. After his fallout with Emile, Ettore licensed his designs to Deutz, a gas engine manufacturer, in 1906. The following year, he joined Deutz as head of production in Cologne, signaling a new chapter in his life. 1907 was not only a pivotal year for Ettore's career, but also his personal life. That year, he met and married the love of his life, Barbara Maria Giuseppina Mascherpa. Together, they welcomed 4 children: Libby in 1903, Lydia in 1907, Jean in 1909, and Roland in 1922. Talk about a busy household. While juggling his family life and professional responsibilities, Ettore somehow found the time to build the Type 10 in the basement of his home. The car, the first to bear the Bugatti brand, would become the cornerstone of Ettore's legacy. While working at Deutz, Bugatti was like a bee, continuously buzzing with ideas, exploring new designs, and daring to push boundaries. He was a man of action and unwavering determination, a man who didn't just dream of the stars but had the audacity to reach for them. In 1909, the Bugatti story took another dramatic turn. Drawing on his robust experience and the reputation he had carved in the industry, Ettore decided it was time to go solo and put his name on the map. As a man with a dream as grand as his name, Ettore bid adieu to Deutz. Armed with a tenacious spirit and a Type 10 pact with his family, he ventured into the Alsace region, then a part of the German Empire, in search of a factory to call his own. Thanks to the shifting tides of World War I, Alsace found itself back in French hands. Et voila! Bugatti became a proud French brand. With financial backing from Pierre de Vizcaya, Ettore built his dream factory in Molsheim, Alsace. By 1910, the factory was in full swing, producing the Type 10. This sleek automobile, capable of reaching 80 kilometers an hour, was a force to be reckoned with, turning heads and attracting admirers far and wide. It was in this factory that Bugatti's philosophy of art, form, technique truly came to life. His cars weren't just machines, they were masterpieces of design, engineering marvels that exemplified the perfect blend of aesthetics and performance. In 1911, Ettore's right-hand man and racing driver, Ernest Friedrich, managed to secure second place in the prestigious French Grand Prix. This victory was the only race win Bugatti would see before the onset of World War I. Undeterred by the looming conflict, Ettore began working on the Type 13 in 1914. This car would later prove to be a game-changer, dominating the racing scene after the Great War. However, with the world at war, Ettore was forced to pivot. The brilliant builder switched gears and started building airplane engines to keep his business afloat. After the war, in 1920, the Type 13 roared to victory at Le Mans, with Friedrich taking home Bugatti's first major race win. In 1921, an upgraded version of the Type 13 clinched the top 4 spots at Brescia, earning the car its iconic nickname, Brescia. The year 1924 marked the birth of Bugatti's most successful creation, the Type 35. This speed demon would go on to win over 1,000 races in the span of a decade, solidifying Bugatti's place in racing history. In 1925, Bugatti celebrated its first Targa Florio victory, with Bartolomeo Costantini taking the checkered flag in his Type 35. In 1929, Bugatti continued its winning streak, securing its first Monaco Grand Prix victory thanks to British driver William Grover and his trusty Type 35. Ettore's dreams were not limited to racing. He longed to create a luxury car that would cater to the elite. In 1932, with the help of his son Jean, Ettore unveiled the Bugatti Type 41, later dubbed the Bugatti Royale. Unfortunately, the timing could not have been worse. The Great Depression left only 3 of the 6 Royales ever produced with buyers. In 1932, Ettore demonstrated his versatility by winning a contract with France's National Rail Authority to build a motorized rail car. The father-son duo continued their collaboration, creating the Bugatti Type 57S Atlantic in 1936, a car that would become one of the most famous Bugattis ever built. Despite their successes, 1936 also marked the beginning of turbulent times for Bugatti. Workers went on strike, even though they were paid above-average salaries and enjoyed generous social security benefits. Nevertheless, Bugatti persevered in the racing world, winning the Le Mans 24-hour race twice, in 1937 and 1939. Tragedy struck in 1939, when Jean Bugatti died in a fatal car accident while trying to avoid a cyclist. This devastating event signaled the end of an era, and the Bugatti story was about to take a dramatic turn. Following the tragic loss of his son Jean, Ettore Bugatti's world seemed to crumble. The loss was colossal, both personally and professionally, but as fate would have it, Ettore had no time to grieve. War was brewing, and the Bugatti factory, once buzzing with activity, fell eerily silent. It was a harsh blow for a man who had dedicated his life to the art of automobile creation. Ettore, however, was a fighter. He intended to keep the Bugatti dream alive, despite the mounting odds, but the universe, it seemed, had other plans. In 1944, Ettore faced yet another personal loss. His wife, Barbara, passed away, further adding to his challenges. However, life moved on, and so did Ettore. In 1946, he found love again and married Geneviève Marguerite Delcus. They welcomed a daughter, Thérèse, in 1942, and a son, Michel, in 1945. Amid the turmoil of war, Ettore dreamt of building a new factory in Paris. At Levallois, he sketched designs of cars that could revolutionize the automotive industry, but as the war continued to rage, his dreams were stifled. When the Nazis came knocking, Ettore refused to collaborate. The result was a forced sale of his beloved company to German businessman Hans Trippel, at a price that was a blatant insult to the Bugatti legacy. After the war, Ettore, resolute as ever, fought tooth and nail to reclaim his factory. However, his Italian roots proved to be an obstacle. It was only after he applied for French citizenship that he regained control of the Bugatti factory. Despite reclaiming his factory, it was not until 1947 that Bugatti cars began rolling off the assembly line again. But time was running out for Ettore. His health was deteriorating, and in August of that year, he succumbed to a stroke in Paris. The death of Ettore marked the end of an era, but the Bugatti story was far from over. The baton was passed on to Pier Marco, who took over as the new managing director. By 1951, Ettore's other son Roland and René Bolloré were steering the ship, working tirelessly to revive the company. But alas, their efforts were in vain. The Bugatti cars, although masterpieces in their own right, were struggling to keep pace with the rapid advancements in the automotive industry. By 1956, the factory doors closed, production ceased, and Bugatti declared bankruptcy. But remember, every cloud has a silver lining. Even when the sun set on the Bugatti empire, the world hadn't seen the last of it. As time went on, the Bugatti revival was just around the corner. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, the company experienced a rebirth, and it all began with an Italian businessman named Romano Artioli in 1987. Artioli, a man with a passion for automobiles and a penchant for reviving legends, established Bugatti Automobili S.p.A. and set out to breathe new life into the Bugatti name. Artioli's first order of business was to commission architect Giampaolo Benedini to design a state-of-the-art factory in Campo Galliano, Modena, Italy. Construction began in 1988, and the paint was inaugurated in 1990. Around the same time, Artioli sought the expertise of Paolo Stanzani and Marcello Gandini, designers of the iconic Lamborghini Miura and Countach, to devise the first model for the revived Bugatti. By 1989, the plans for this new Bugatti were unveiled, and the stage was set for the launch of the Bugatti EB110 GT. This magnificent machine boasted a 3.5-liter 5-valve per-cylinder, quad-turbocharged 60-degree V12 engine, a 6-speed gearbox, and 4-wheel drive. However, Artioli and Stanzani clashed over engineering decisions, leading Stanzani to leave the project. Artioli then tapped Nicola Materazzi to fill the void. In the shadows, the Bugatti team labored to craft a masterpiece worthy of the marque's name. The result was the EB110, unveiled in Paris to commemorate Ettore Bugatti's 110th birthday. A total of 110 EB110 cars were produced, leaving their mark on the automotive world. Despite Artioli's best efforts, the Bugatti brand struggled to stay afloat. In 1998, salvation arrived in the form of the Volkswagen Group, which acquired the Bugatti brand and returned it to its roots in Molsheim. Under the stewardship of the Volkswagen Group, Bugatti Automobiles SAS collaborated with Giorgetto Giugiaro of Untold Design to create their first concept vehicle, the EB118. Unveiled at the 1998 Paris Auto Show, the EB118 featured a 408-kilowatt, 555 PS, 547 bhp W18 engine. The turn of the century brought another milestone for Bugatti, as they introduced the Veyron in 2000. By 2005, a new facility in Molsheim was built to kick off production for this groundbreaking automobile. But Bugatti didn't stop there. In 2016, they premiered the Chiron, the world's most powerful, fastest, and luxurious sports car. Fast forward to 2021, and Bugatti embarked on a joint venture with Rimac, further solidifying its place in the automotive world. And there you have it, folks, the extraordinary tale of Bugatti, a company that's faced adversity and triumphed time and time again. And don't forget to watch this video, and until next time, ciao!